Good evening, everyone. This is Robert. RJL Network presents another exciting edition of Inside Pitch Advanced. The 1980 season is on the air. Today's date is July 16th, 1980. We are at the Astrodome, where home runs go to die, for an amazing matchup between two division leaders in the National League, the Philadelphia Phillies and the Houston Astros. The Phillies lead the National League East with a record of 50-32. Right now, about 5 games ahead of the Expos. The Houston Astros are 61-24. And right now, they have the best record in the National League, and well as the overall replay. And the Astros right now are just running away with the National League West. I don't think anybody's going to catch them. At the moment, the Astros, they have a nice fit. They're 15 wins ahead of San Francisco. The Giants are the second place team, and right now Atlanta is the third place team. A lot of baseball yet to go, but right now it looks like the Astros are probably going to win the National League West. And unless Kansas City gets really hot, the Astros will probably be the number 1 seed. But we still got a lot of baseball left to play. Cutter Historical first to join us here at the Astrodome. The Phillies historically won this game, though, 4-2. They had 11 hits and 1 error. And the Astros had 3 hits and 2 errors. But we all know Inside Pitch has a mind of its own. Can I roll 2 no-hitters in a row? It took me over 1,000 games to get that no-hitter last night in Inside Pitch. First ever Inside Pitch no-hitter I've ever rolled last night. For those of you who did not watch that, you need to watch that. First ever no-hitter here on the network for Inside Pitch. Second overall no-hitter I've ever had. The first one was in Payoff Pitch in my 1994 season restart in a National League wildcard game. So, wildcard series game. So, Bill No-Hitter Swift now has company in Larry No-Hitter Gura. So, I know for a fact now I've finally gotten the no-hitter in Inside Pitch. And can we have another one? Well, I'm not worried about that. I finally got my no-hitter in Inside Pitch. Over 1,000 games, but sooner or later you do roll one. You know, Ben Witz joins us here at the Astrodome. So, we got a good one tonight. Let's now see what the Phillies and the Astros bring to us. Let's get going. Starting pitcher for the Houston Astros is Ken Forsch. We've really just seen him. 12 wins, 13 losses, a 3.20 ERA in 80. We are at the Astrodome. This is where home runs go to die. No, -1 to home runs. There is a chance to rob home runs at all 3 walls, although difficult. There's not a single home run on that board, on the card. So we'll see what happens tonight as the Phillies and the Astros play each other in a big matchup in the National League. And we will see what happens tonight. Let's go to the top of the first. I should mention that both these teams pretty much have hodgepodge lineups in this game. A lot of starters are not in it. So we'll see what happens today. And XSG2 joins us here at the Astrodome. Wait, that was a no-hitter. You turned that game off in the 7th inning. We should have known that detail. Didn't want to jinx it. Let's go to the top of the first. Leading off for the Phillies, left fielder Lonnie Smith. 339 average, 3 homers, 20 RBIs in 80. We're going to use blue, white, and orange dice. Astros are the home team. Everything's going in, setting in there. Lonnie Smith for the Phillies. Ken Forsch for the Astros. Can we have a second no-hitter in a row on the network? Forsch, 4-7, strikeout 12. And that will be a cold strike 3 on Smith. And that's a good start. And that is the first. And that will be out number 1. And believe it or not, I did not set up the scorebook here completely. Take me a second. And that will be a strikeout. First strikeout for Forsch. He had 84 of them in 80. Next batter will be the first baseman, one of the greatest of all time, Mr. Pete Rose. 282 average, a homer, 64 RBIs, and 80. Forsch will deal. Forsch, 1-7, strikeout, 20 is high. Rose, 8-7, and that's a fly ball to center field. And that's going to be Cesar Cedeno making that catch for out number 2. Next up is the right fielder, Bake McBride. Solid player. 309 average, 9 homers, 87 RBIs that year. Tell you what, the way it's presented, we would have known how much the fluffy cat. Yeah, I know. But he's had no hitters. I never had one an inside pitch yet. Forsch, 8-8, walk, 20 is high. McBride, 2-2, ground ball to first. That'll be taken care of there by Danny Heat. And he'll take it to the bag himself and retire the side. 1, 2, 3, go the Phillies. We're off to a good start here for a no-hitter at the Astrodome. We go to the bottom of the first. Sports Time Machine, Utah Mike joins us here at the Astrodome. Leading off for the Phillies, for the starting pitcher for the Philadelphia Phillies will be Bob Walk. And that is not a good name for a pitcher, though. 11 wins, 7 losses, a 4.57 ERA. And he will get the call for the Phillies tonight. Leading off for the Astros, second baseman Rafael Landistoi. 247 average, a homer, 27 RBIs, and 80. Remember, as I said, both these teams are playing a hodgepodge lineup. Walk, 8-6, strikeout, 11. That will just miss. Landistoi, 4-8. And against the righty, it's a fly ball to center field. And that'll be caught by Gary Maddox, and that'll be out number 1. Next up is the right fielder, Terry Poole. 282 average, 13 homers, 55 RBI. So that cat would have been out of the bag. Sorry, around the 5th. I know. Walk, 7-8, strikeout, 8. That just missed. Poole, 7-8, and that's a ground ball to short. And that'll be handled by Ramon Aviles. And he tosses it over for out number 2. Next up is the first baseman, Danny Heap. 276 average, 6 RBIs, and 80. Only played about 33 games for the Astros. Of course, Heap will win a World Series in a few years. Walk, 6-1, strikeout, 3, swing and a miss. Struck him out. First strikeout for Walk. He had 94 of them. No runs, no hits, no errors. We're on our way to another no-hitter here. No score after 1. Yep, after the walk, that was the only way we didn't have a perfect game, a walk and an error. A walk and an error away from a perfect game. But I don't care. I'll take the no-hitter. Top of the second, leading off for the Phillies will be the catcher, Keith Moreland. 314 average, 4 homers, 29 RBIs. You also realize, of course, that I did give the Orioles every chance to bust up that no-hitter by going to the bench and bringing in some hitters that were a little better that was already in the lineup. I did everything I could to see if the Orioles could bust it up. So you can't say I didn't cheat myself. Forsch, 6-4, that's a blank. Moreland, 4-4, that's a ground ball to first. That'll be taken care of by Heap. And Heap will take it to the bag himself for out number 1. Next up is the center fielder, Gary Maddox. 2/3 of the earth is covered by water. The final third is covered by Gary Maddox. 259 average, 11 homers, 73 RBIs, and 80. Forsch, 5-7. Against the righty, it's an automatic out, and that's going to be a grounder to second base. And Rafael Landistoi will toss it over, 2 down. That'll bring up the second baseman, Manny Trio. 292 average, 7 homers, 43 RBIs that year. Now, I did play the game straight. Forsch will deal. Forsch, 6-3, it's a blank. Trio, 6-5, and against the righty, it's a fly ball to center field. And grabbing that will be Cesar Cedeno. And that is another 1-2-3 inning. We'll go to the bottom of the second. I'll be honest. When I brought up, what was it? I think it was, who did I have up there? Was it DeCinces, right? DeCinces, I think when DeCinces came up to the plate, I was so friggin' nervous. I didn't really want to roll the dice. I really did not want to roll the dice. Leading off for the Astros, left fielder, Jose Cruz. Excellent player. 302 average, 11 homers, 91 RBIs in 80. Walk will pitch. Walk. 4-2. Walk. 12. And that's going to miss. Cruz. 8-4. And with no runners in scoring position, that's a single pass first. Walk. A 1-9 will turn that into an out. That's a 15. And we have our first base hit. And that will be a single, actually not first, will be a single past the pitcher. And Cruz will get on base. Well, that takes care of that no-hitter on that side. But Cruz will get a single. And now we'll see the center fielder, Cesar Cedeno. 309 average, 10 homers, 73 RBIs in 80. Infield a double play. Strategy roll for Cruz, that's a 10. He'll stay where he is. Walk, 1-7. Pitcher result, that's an 8. Against a righty, that's going to be a base hit. And that's going to be a single into center field. Will Cruz get to third? 7-7. Cruz get to third. 7-7. And no, he will hold. He would have if the ball was hit the right field, but that was hit the center, so Cruz will hold at second base. And now runners at first and second for the Astros. Next up is the third baseman, Art Howe. 283 average, 10 homers, 46 RBIs. David Vega joins us here at the Astrodome, where home runs go to die. Nothing on the 7 for strategy. Cruz will stay put. Walk, 2-5. And strikeout, 16 will be too high. Howe, 5-3. And that is a fly to center field. And that'll be grabbed by Maddox. For out number 1, does Cruz take third? A 6-4. And let's see, 6-4. Holds if the arm rating is 4-7. Maddox's arm rating is a 4. Cruz will stay put. So 1 down. And now here's the catcher, Alan Ashby. 256 average, 3 homers, 48 RBIs in 80. Runners at first. First and second, nothing happening on the 4. Cruz will, Cruz will stay at second. Walk will pitch. 6-7, it's a blank. Ashby, 6-8, and it's a ground ball to third base. It's a grounder to third, that's a 4. And a ground ball to third is 0. Walk, no adjustment. So that is going to be a 4. The question is the modified roll is even, so play is going to second using runner at first. So that means that it's a 4. So that means the throw goes to second to get Cedeno for out number 1. It will, actually, no. Cedeno that's a 4. Actually, Cedeno beats the throw. That throw's going to first. So Cruz will move on to third, Cedeno to second, and that will be 2 outs as Ashby will ground it to first. The only play ground to third. The only play he had was to first. As the Cesar Cedeno has speed, which means he'll get to second base. So 2 outs. And now the shortstop, Craig Reynolds. 226 average, 3 homers, 28 RBIs. 2 men down, bottom of the second, no score. Strategy, nothing on the 9. Walk will deal. Walk. 2-7, strikeout. That'll be too high. Reynolds, 7-8, and it's a fly out to right field. McBride is going to get to that. He'll make the catch and retire the side. No runs, 2 hits for the Stros. They don't get anything there. No score after 2. Well, one team won't get a no-hitter. We'll go to the top of the third. I know you guys will maybe feel a little bit cheated that I did not announce it, but that was my first no-hitter. Now that I actually have a no-hitter in the books, an inside pitch, anytime a no-hitter is possible now, I'll go ahead and announce it, but I won't announce it till around the 7th inning. We go to the top of the third. Leading off for the Phillies is the shortstop, Ramon Aviles. 277 average, 2 homers, 9 RBIs, and 80. Forsch, 3-8 strikeout. Got him. And that is the second K for Ken. May the Force be with you. Next batter, the third baseman, John Vukovich, a 161 average and 5 RBIs. As I said, the Phillies both these teams have a bit of a hodgepodge lineup on the field. I only kept it myself because I didn't want to jinx it. That was the one I've had cycles and everything and big time comebacks. The only thing I was missing, all right, in inside pitch was a no-hitter. And I finally got that. That was the only thing I was missing. Now the only thing I'm missing is a perfect game. And if that's occurring, I will say something about it, of course. Forsch, and I came up 2 batters short of it, too. 7-6, strikeout, 19 will miss. Vukovich, 3-6, and it's a fly to right field. And that'll be caught by Terry Poole for out number 2. And that will bring up the pitcher, Bob Walk. He uses hit card number 5. Capable of getting a hit. Forsch, 3-4, error on a grounder. Walk, 8-2, and that's going to be a base hit. Bob Walk's going to get a single pass short. And he'll go ahead and get to first base, and that takes care of a no-hitter tonight, so ain't going to happen. As Bob Walk will break up a nice start to Forsch, and Bob Walk says, DH? I don't need no stinking DH. Next batter is Smith. Smith is 0 for 1. Yeah, I got 4 cycles. I have 4 cycles here. I got one was done by Pete Rose. One was done by Mike Schmidt. That was a natural cycle. That was my first ever cycle. Mike Schmidt, and it was a natural cycle. Single, double, triple, home run. Strategy roll. Nothing on the 12. Forsch, 7-8. That's at the park. Astrodome, 3-4. Grounded to second base. That'll be handled by Landestoy. And he's going to throw to the shortstop covering to get Walk, and that will do it. No runs and a hit for the Phillies. We'll go to the bottom of the third. Plus, Larry Gura gets that no-hitter. Of all pitchers that I thought that would probably get a no-hitter on my channel for Inside Pitch, not Tom Seaver, not Dr. K, not Randy Johnson, not, not Bob Gibson, not Larry Gura gets the no-hitter as the first Inside Pitch no-hitter. Of all pitchers, Larry Gura? And definitely, and against that Orioles lineup didn't stink. That was a good lineup he did that against. That was a good lineup he did it against. Eddie Murray, Benny Ayala. That was not a bad lineup he no-hit. Leading off for the Astros will be their pitcher, Ken Forsch. He uses hit card number 8. Another good hitter. Walk, 8-7. It's a blank. Forsch, 2-6. And that's a grounded to second base. That'll get taken care of by Trio. And Trio throws the first for out number 1. Next up is Landestoy. Landestoy is 0 for 1. Walk will deal. Walk, 5-3. Error, foul, grounder at the park. Astrodome, 5-3. That is a ground ball. It's a ground ball to second. Ground ball to second. That ball is hit to Trio. His error rating is a 4. That's a 15. He won't make an error. He'll make the play. Throws it to first, out number 2. And now here's Poole. Poole is 0 for 1. Walk will deal. Walk, 2-2. Wild pitch. It's a blank. Poole, 5-8. And that's powered into right field. That's a 10. And believe it or not, it's going to stay against a righty. It's just going to miss a triple. Right fielder McBride is going to have room, and he'll make the catch near the wall and put it away. 1, 2, 3. Go the Astros. No score after 3. Yeah, Larry Gura, of all pitchers that I've thrown already on the field, on this board. No Tom Seaver, really Tom Seaver, freaking Bob Gibson, even Sandy Koufax, even though it was a 61 Koufax, but didn't matter. Okay, of all those pitchers I threw on the field, all some of the greatest pitchers we ever had, and Larry Gura gets my no-hitter. And then again, Bill Swift got my no-hitter in my 1994 restart, for the Giants against the Astros. That, of course, is Bill Swift is still Steeler fans' favorite player of all time. He loves Bill Swift. Top of the fourth, Mr. Pete Rose leads off for the Phillies. He's 0 for 1. I know I could have made him the starter. Forsch, 1-4, strikeout, no. Rose, 6-6. That's fly to right field. Easy play for Poole. And he'll put it away for out number 1. Next up is McBride. McBride is 0 for 1. Forsch will deal. Forsch, 6-5. That's a blank. McBride, 3-6. And that's a ground out to short. Handled by Craig Reynolds. And he throws it for out number 2. And now Moreland. Moreland is 0 for 1. Larry Gura replay project. So Bill no-hitter Swift now has Larry no-hitter Gura as he joins the company. Chris, by the way, Chris Davis, the creator of Inside Pitch, did give me congratulations for it. He did watch the game when I told him what happened. And he did check to make sure I made any errors, and he said I played it perfectly. Forsch, 6-5. It's a blank. Moreland, 6-6. And that's a fly to right. And that'll be handled there by Poole again. And Forsch is off to a good start. 1, 2, 3 go the Phillies. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Yes, it passed the ultimate review in New York. Chris did have it and made sure I didn't make many mistakes. One of the reasons why we got the no-hitter, we avoided we did not get many range plays, okay? And there were not that many N or Rs for the pitcher. There were not that many N or Rs, no runners in scoring position or runners in scoring position. And there was that one possible home run, but that missed high. So that's one of the reasons why we got a no-hitter. Danny Heap leads off for the Astros. He's 0 for 1. Walk will deal. 4-8. Error on a throw. Heap, 2-4. And that's going to be that's going to be a single. That's going to be a base hit past second base. There won't be a throwing error. That's past second. It's not an infield single. So that will just be a base hit. And Heap gets his first hit of the game. Next up is Cruz. Cruz got a single his first time up. Infield set for double play. See if we get a Johnny Vandermeer, right? And that's a 14, and Heap is staying put. Don't worry, we will see Larry Gura again, because if the Royals make the postseason, we're going to see Gura again, absolutely. If they're going to make the postseason, we will see Gura as a starting pitcher in the postseason, anything. They'll probably be the number 1 starter. Walk. 5-8, walk, 6, ball 4. So walks, Cruz. And now runners at first and second for the Astros. That's only the first walk for Bob Walk. He had 69 of them that year. Next up is Cedeno. Cedeno got a single his first time up. Runners at first and second. And that's a 3, and Heap is staying where he is. Pitch from Walk. 3-6. That's an automatic out, and that is a 19. That's going to be a grounder to second base. That's going to be a ground ball to second. So we got to re-roll this to see what we get here. Grounder to second. That is a 3. Plus 1 is a 4. And a 0 from Bob Walk. So Heap is going to make third. Cruz has the speed. He'll make second. The only play is going to be the first. So the runners do advance. It is 1 out. And Cedeno is out at first, but the runners will advance on a grounder to second. That'll bring up HOU. Runners at second and third. Infield playing in. Danny Heap is on at third base. Will Swingle joins us here at the Astrodome. Runners at first and second. And nothing on the 8. Infield is in. Walk will pitch. 5-1. Hit by pitch. -1. HOU is a 4, which will make him a 3. That's a 6. It's too high. HOU. 3-4. And against a righty. That's going to be a ground ball to first. That's a 12. So the infield was in. So Danny Heap is a 2. So we're going to subtract 2. So that 12 becomes a 10. It was hit to first. And the runner on third will be out. The runner on third will be out, and the batter will be safe on a fielder's choice. So Heap is thrown out at the plate by Rose. On a grounder to first, Cruz will move over to third, and HOU will go to second. But there are now 2 outs. A good choice there on the fielder's choice. So runners at the corners with 2 outs now, and the batter is Ashby. 2 men down. Runners at first and third. Strategy. Nothing on the 19. Walk will pitch. Walk. 6-8. Walk. 11. That's too high. Ashby. 4-7. And it's a ground ball to short. That'll be handled by Aviles. He's going to throw to first to get Ashby. And the Phillies get out of it. No runs, a hit, a walk. But that's all they get. No score after 4. Another pitcher's duel here. See, Forsch can pitch to 30. And Walk can pitch only to 24. Okay. We go to the top of the 5th. So no-hitter tonight, guys. So Forsch will pitch to Gary Maddox. Maddox is 0 for 1. Forsch, however, has only given up 1 hit. Forsch, 7-1. That's an automatic out, and that will be a grounder to short. And Craig Reynolds will take care of it and throw it over for the out. Here's Trio. Trio's 0 for 1. Forsch will deal. Forsch, 3-3. Pickoff. There's nobody on base, so we go to the park. Astrodome, 4-2. That's a fly to left field. Easy play for Cruz. And Jose Cruz will make the catch for the second out. And here's Aviles. Aviles is 0 for 1. Forsch will deal. Forsch, 2-1. It's a blank. Aviles, 4-2. And that's fly to right. Going over there will be Poole. And he'll make the catch. Retire the side. 1, 2, 3. Go the fighting Phils. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th. Leading off for the Astros will be Craig Reynolds. Reynolds is 0 for 1. Walk will deal. 8-8. Wild pitch. It's a blank. Reynolds. 6-6. And that's grounded to short. That'll be taken care of by Aviles. And that's the first out. Next up is Forsch. He uses hit card number 8. Walk will deal. Walk. 7-1. Strikeout. 17. Yep, he'll get 4. Struck him out. And that is the second out. And that's the second strikeout for Walk. 2 away. And now Landestoy. Landestoy is 0 for 2. Read an article about automatic balls and strikes, huh? Yeah. Interesting about Gora. 1980 tossed 13 innings in a complete game loss to Billy Ball A's. He and Billy Martin had a feud when Gora. Yeah, that's right. Gora used to be on the Yankees. Craig Scarborough joins us here at the Astrodome. Craig, did you know I rolled a no-hitter last night? I don't know if you knew. I don't know if you knew it. I rolled a no-hitter last night. If you have not watched it, you need to watch it. No-hitter, Larry Gora. First ever inside pitch no-hitter on the network. Walk, 3-4. Walk, 12, too high. Landestoy, 5-8. That's a grounder to second. That'll be handled by Trio. Trio tosses it over and retires the side. 1, 2, 3 go to Stros. No score after 5. Right now, only 4 hits combined in this game. I wonder if that's leftover mojo from last night's no-hitter. Top of the sixth, John Vukovich leads off. He's 0 for 1 for the Phillies. Pitch from Forsch. 6-2. It's a blank. Vukovich. 8-4. And against the righty, that'll be a base hit. They'll slap that one into past third base. And Vukovich gets the second hit for the Phillies. That'll bring up walk. And he's not a bad. His bunt rating is a 4. He'll probably bring him. The corners are going to be expecting the bunt. And that is an 11. And he's going to go ahead and bunt. So the bunt is on. Get the bunt chart. Bunt chart here. And the bunt is on. So bunt is on. Forsch. 1-7. Strikeout 8. And walk. Yep, that's still going to strike him. That's still going to be a strikeout. Walk is a 24. You're going to try to bunt. You divide that by 2. That becomes a 12. That's an 8. And he still strikes out. 1 down. So that did not work, as that'll be a K. That'll be the third strikeout for Forsch. Now they'll move to double play for Lonnie Smith. Smith is 0 for 2. Thank you there, Craig Scarborough. You did not, if you were nervous, you didn't show until maybe 2 outs to go. Trust me, I was nervous. I would have been really mad if the sensei got a hit. I would have been really, really mad. Strategy roll for Vukovich, and nothing here on the 13. Forsch will deal. Forsch, 6-4, it's a blank. Smith, 8-6, and that's a ground ball to first base. That's a 5. Hit the first. -2 is a 3. Forsch -1 is a 2. The only play he's going to have is going to take it to first, and Vukovich will make second base for out number 2. Vukovich has enough speed to get to second base, and Danny Heap will make sure he gets the out. 2 down, and here's Charlie Hustle. Rose is 0 for 2. The end sounded like Game 7 of the World Series. Exactly. Come on, first ever no-hitter. You know I'm going to go crazy. You know I'm going to go crazy. Strategy roll. Nothing on the 4. At least no-hitter and inside pitch. Vukovich, Forsch. 7-4. Strikeout. 17 is high. Rose. 5-7. And Rose is going to get the Phillies on the board. That's going to be a double. Double to center field. Vukovich will come around. He will score. It's 1-0 Phillies. Stadium groans. So Pete Rose, an RBI double, will get the Phillies on the board. And the batter is McBride. McBride is 0 for 2. Phillies now with a 1-0 lead here in the 6th. Strategy, nothing on the 4. Rose will stay put. Forsch, 7-3 against the lefty. It's a blank. McBride, 1-8. That's powered into left field. That's a 19. And against the righty, it's going to stay up. It's going to hang. And right fielder Terry Poole will get to it. And he'll make the catch and retire the side. 1 run, 2 hits for the Phillies as somebody finally gets on the board as we go to the bottom of the 6th. Terry Poole leads off for Space City. He's 0 for 2. Am I going to get that score sheet framed? Walk will pitch. Walk. 8-3. Walk. 13 is just going to miss. Poole. 4-7. That's a grounder to second. Handled by Trio. Trio tosses it over for the out. Here's Cruz. Cruz is 1 for 2 with a single. Walk will deal. Walk. 7-4. It's a blank. Cruz. A 6-3. And that's an infield single to third base. Charging that is going to be Vukovich. He won't have a play, and Cruz is safe. Second hit of the game for Cruz. And now the batter is Heap. Heap is 1 for 1, singled and walked. Infield set for double play. Strategy roll, and Cruz at the 12. He's not going anywhere. Walk. 4-6. And against the lefty, that's going to be a base hit. That'll be a single, and that'll be a single past first. Cruz will have the speed. He'll get to third. Single past first, and that will be definitely a hit. As Cruz needs a 4 in order to get there, and he will. And now the Astros got something going on here with 1 out. And the next batter is Cedeno. Cedeno is 1 for 2 with a single. Infield's going to play corners in. Cedeno can hit in the double plays. So if it hits the second or short, it's a double play chance. Hit the first or third, the play will come to the plate. Strategy roll, and nothing happening there. Walk, 6-8. Walk, 15. Ball 4. Walk, Cedeno. Just did. Walk does not agree with the call. Thought the pitcher painted the black, but the umpire did not raise his hand. And now the bases are loaded. Only the second walk given up by Bob. And now the batter is HOU. HOU is 0 for 2. And they're going to still play with bases loaded. They're going to still play corners in. They're still going to play corners in. They will not bring in the infield. They're going to still play corners in. It's only a 1-0 game with a long way to go. The Phillies feel, okay, you tie it. But let's see if we can get it out. So corners are in still. Strategy roll. That is a 1. And nothing happening there. Cruz is not going to steal home. Walk will pitch. Walk. 7-5. Strikeout 5. Got him. Struck him out. Big strikeout for Walk. And that's his third. Walk is now tired. And the batter is Ashby. Ashby is 0 for 2. Question is, do you want Walk to pitch to Ashby? Ashby hits righties a lot better. That's going to be it for Bob Walk. Even though he's doing a heck of a job, the Phillies are going to go to the bullpen. And they're going to bring on a lefty to deal with Ashby here. And it's middle innings, and they're going to go with... Coming on to pitch for the Phillies will be Kevin Saucier. 7 wins, 3 losses, a 3.42 ERA. Walk does leave with a W, at least for now. And Kevin Saucier will pitch. And he can pitch to 6 batters, which should be enough. So Kevin Saucier will pitch to Ashby here. And there are 2 outs. And the infield is back. Saucier will go ahead and pitch. Strategy roll. Nothing on the 19. Saucier trying to get Ashby. Saucier deals. 5-6. That's at the park. Astrodome. 2-8. And he's going to get out of it. That's going to be a ground ball to third. That'll get handled there by Vukovic. And he's going to throw to first to get Ashby. And the Phillies get out of the inning. No runs, 2 hits for the Astros, and a walk. Bringing in Saucier to get an out. You just don't see managing like this on that other channel with the Fluffy Cat. I don't know. Do you see no hitters on that other channel with the Fluffy Cat? I don't know. I don't know if he had I don't know if Dave ever said he had a no hitter. I think he said he did, but I don't remember which. I don't remember which game it was. I know he's never had a cycle. Out of all the games he's played, he's never had a cycle, and I got 4 of them. But I don't know if he ever... I know he got a no-hitter. I just don't remember which game it was. He said he did. We go to the top of the 7th. 1-0 favor of the Phils. Keith Moreland leads off. He is 0 for 2. Forsch got plenty left in the tank. They're going to let him pitch. So 1-0 Phillies here. Forsch. 4-5, strikeout. 18 will be too high. Moreland, 8-8. That's fly to center. Handled by Cedeno. And that is out number 1. We got another pitcher's duel here tonight. Here's Maddox. Combined ERA of these 2 pitchers is 6.6. Forsch will deal with Maddox. Forsch, 6-5. That's blank. Maddox. 8-5. That's powered into center field. that's a 14 against a righty. It'll stay up there. Center fielder Cedeno will have room. He makes the catch for the second out. Ball is not traveling very well at the Astrodome tonight. Here's Trio. Trio was 0 for 2. Yeah, that does end the game of the year argument. We already know that unless there's another no-hitter, I don't see any game replacing this as a game of the year. I just don't. I don't. Even maybe a 10-run comeback, but nah, a no-hitter, nah. I've already put that game in my best games playlist. Forsch, 7-1. That's an automatic out. It'll be a ground ball to third, and HOU will get to it, and he'll make the play and retire the side. 1, 2, 3, go the Phillies. We are at the 7th inning stretch. Sing, take me out to the ball game. I'll be right back. Don't forget, we got 10-minute ticker coming into tonight's game. Our next matchup will be tomorrow night. It will be July 19th. We're going to Fenway Park for an important matchup between the Minnesota Twins and the Boston Red Sox. Fernando Arroyo will be pitching for the Twins, and Bobby Ojeda will be pitching for the Red Sox. An important game for both teams. Minnesota now under 500 by 3 games. So they still got to get a chance to get in there. Red Sox still to stay close with Detroit and Toronto for third place in the American League East. Twins and the Red Sox at Fenway Park. That'll be tomorrow night here on the network. Craig Reynolds leads off for Space City. He's 0 for 2. Saucier will continue to pitch. Bottom of the 7th, 1-0 Phillies. Saucier, 7-4. It's a blank. Reynolds, 7-2. Ground ball to short. Handled by Aviles. The throw goes to first for out number 1. Ken Forsch has pitched a gem, but he's not batting here. That will be it for him, and we'll see a pitch hitter for the Astros. So a new pitcher coming in here for the Astros. Let's see. And the guy with the most pinch hits against right-handers in the lineup. Lefties. Against lefties here. 4-0-1-6-21. Coming on to pinch hit for the Astros will be Jeffrey Leonard. 213 average, 3 homers, 20 RBIs. Most pinch hits against lefties on the bench. Saucier will deal. Saucier, 4-5. It's a blank. Leonard, 3-6, and that's a double. He smacks a double into center field, so Leonard will get to second, and the tying run is on. Just don't see managing like this on another channel with the fluffy cat. Next batter is Landistoi. He will bat. Landistoi is 0 for 3. Leonard on at second. Saucier will pitch to him. Strategy roll. Nothing on the 11. Leonard stays put. Saucier, 5-6. That's at the park. Astrodome, 7-7. And it's a ground ball to third. That'll be handled there by Vukovic. The throw goes to first for the out. And Leonard stays at second. 2 down. 2 outs. Here's Poole. Saucier will pitch to him. Poole a little weaker against lefties. Poole is 0 for 3. No, it was a ground ball to third. It was a grounder to third. The only way he gets it was a grounder to third. Leonard on at second. Saucier will go ahead. Strategy roll. That's an 18. Nothing happening. Saucier will pitch. Saucier. 3-5. Strikeout 14. That'll be too high. Poole. 2-5. And it's a ground ball to short. And that'll be handled by Aviles. The throw goes to first. And the inning is over. What a job by Philly pitching tonight. No runs and a hit for the Astros. The Phillies are pitching a shutout. 1-0 after 7. We go to the 8th. And Ramon Aviles leads off for the Phillies. He'll bat. And we need a new pitcher for the Astros. They got right, and probably a pinch hitter for Saucier. So the Astros are going to bring on a righty here. And we are in the late innings, so they're going to go with, let's see. Ryan should not be in there. He should be upside down. Let's see. We're in the late innings, and it's not a save situation, though. But coming on to pitch for the Astros will be Frank LaCourte. 8 wins, 5 losses, 11 saves, a 2.82 ERA. Forsch leaves with the L. So Frank LaCourte, or LaCourte, I don't know how we pronounce it still. He'll come on to pitch, and he can pitch to 8. Although he is due to bat third, so he's probably in there for the inning. So Frank LaCourte will go ahead or LaCourte will pitch to Aviles. Top of the 8th, 1-0 Phils. LaCourte, 3-6, walk, 11, and that will be too high. Aviles, 4-4, and that's powered into right field, but it'll stay up there. Easy play for Poole, and that's out number 1. Next up is Vukovich, but we're going to see a pinch hitter for him, as Vukovich with a 161 average is coming out, and he's the third baseman. There's only one guy we can bring in this situation, and of course that is Michael Jack Schmidt. Schmidt, 286 average, 48 bombs, 121 RBIs, and 80. He didn't start this game, but I'm putting him in here now, so he'll take over at third. And Schmidt is a much better fielder at 7:15. So Schmidt will come on to pitch, or come on to bat, and he'll go up against LaCourte. Actually, you know what? No, I can't use Schmidt. He did not have any pitch hitters against righties. Okay, so Schmidt will not come on to bat, but I will bring up, but instead he will not come up, but who will come up to bat instead will be George Vukovich. 224 average, no homers, 8 RBIs. We'll go with that instead. I keep on remembering. I gotta check. If it's like the 9th inning or something, I really don't care how many at bats they had. George Vukovich has the most pinch hits against righties, and he will come up to bat instead. However, but Mike Schmidt will take over at third. So that's for sure. So LaCourte will pitch. LaCourte, 3-2, walk, 6, ball 4. He walks Vukovich. So bringing in Vukovich was another great management decision here by RJL Network. And now we'll see a pinch hitter for Saucier. So Saucier coming out, infield double play. And we will see coming on to bat will be Greg Gross. 240 average, no homers, 12 RBIs. Greg Gross will pinch it now against LaCourte. And there's one out here. So Gross will pinch it. Runner on at first. Strategy rolls are still on. I don't know. Were they Vukovich's? I don't think they were related, right? That's a 16. Nothing happening. LaCourte, 8-2. Strikeout 10. That will be too high. Gross, 3-1. And Gross comes through with a double into center field. Will that score Vukovich? Double to center. 5-7. And holds if his arm rating is a 7. Center fielder Cedeno has an arm rating of 1. Vukovich will score. It's 2-0 Phillies. Stadium groans. Greg Gross comes through with a big RBI double. And now the batter is Smith. Smith is 0 for 3. And now it's 2-0 favor of the Phils. And LaCourte will pitch to he'll pitch to Smith. Strategy rolls are still on. Gross stays at second. LaCourte 3-7, walk 9, ball 4. So LaCourte not getting it done right now. That is a walk by LaCourte. The batter now is Rose. And is that going to be it for LaCourte? I'm going to say, yeah. That'll be it for LaCourte, as he cannot get it done there. And we'll see a new pitcher for the Astros. And Rose is worse against lefties. Do I have another lefty? I do. Coming on to pitch for the Astros will be Joe Sambito. 8 wins, 4 losses, 17 saves, though, a 2.19 ERA. And Joe Sambito will pitch, and he can pitch to 7. And he will pitch to Rose. 1 out, top of the 8, 2-0 Phillies. Runners at first and second, infield double play. Strategy roll, that is a 3, nobody moves. Sambito will deal. Sambito, 5-3, it's a blank. Rose, 6-1. That's a ground ball to first. That's a 1. That's not going to be a double play, though. Grounder to first. Hit -2 is a 0. You can't go any lower than 0. Zambito, though, adds 4. So that actually becomes a 4, which is still lower than Lonnie Smith. The only play they're going to have is to get Rose, and that'll be out number 2. So Rose grounds it to first, and Danny Heap realized he really didn't have a chance to get a double play, so he made sure he got the shore out. And the runners will move up, and now the batter is McBride. McBride is 0 for 3. 2 outs now, top of the 8th. Sambito, they'll go ahead and roll a strat. Nothing happening on there. Sambito will deal. Sambito, 1-4, error on a booted ball. McBride, 4-8. And that's going to be a base hit past second base. Single past second. Gross will score. Lonnie Smith, a base running speed of 6. He will come through. He will score. McBride goes to first. 4-0 Phillies. Stadium groans. 2 RBI single by McBride. And that'll bring in 2 runs. And now the batter is Moreland. It looks like, Ben Witt says the dome is leaking. Now 4-0 in favor of the Phils. That means the Phillies did get the 4 runs they historically scored in this game. Strategy rolls are now off. Sambito, 2-4, strikeout 10. That will be too high. Moreland, 8-6. That's fly to left. Jose Cruz will get to that. He'll put it away and end the inning. 3 runs, 2 hits, and 2 walks. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Danny Heap leads off for the Astros. He is actually having a good night. He's 2 for 3 with 2 singles. Phillies need a pitcher. They got a lefty and 2 righties coming up. So the Phillies are going to go with a righty here. And that's going to be the most in the late innings. And they're going to go with Ron Reed or Dickie Knowles. Ruthven should not be in that list. He should be upside down. So we're going to go with Ron Reed. Coming on to pitch for the Phillies will be Ron Reed. 7 wins, 5 losses, 9 saves, a 4.09 ERA. Saucier gets a hold, at least for now. And Reed will be the pitcher, and he can pitch to 8. So he will come on to pitch. So Ron Reed, Danny Heap will lead off. 4-0 Phillies here, bottom of the 8th. Reed, 3-7, wild pitch at the blank. Heap, 4-8. That's a fly to right field. Easy play for McBride. And McBride will get it for out number 1. Next batter is Cedeno. And he is not Cedeno, sorry. Cruz is the next batter. Let's see. Cruz the next batter. He's 2 for 2, 2 singles and a walk. Cruz will bat. Reed, 8-5, pickoff. Nope, we go to the park. Astrodome, 8-5, and that's going to be a foul pop-up, and Cruz is a lefty, so that's going to be a foul pop-up to third base, and Mike Schmidt, who's now taking over third base, is going to get that in foul territory. He's going to make the catch. Pop out to third, and I'll say that's an F for a foul, 2 down, foul out. And now Cedeno will bat. Cedeno 1 for 2, singled and walked. 2 men down, pitch from Reed. Reed, 6-3, walk. 19 is high, just barely. Cedeno, 8-7, and against the righty, it's a fly out to left. Handled easily by Lonnie Smith. He'll make the play and retire the side. 1-2-3 go the Astros. Phillies pitching a shutout, 4-0 after 8. Last night, of course, was a no-hitter, so obviously last night's game was a shutout. Although you can have a no-hitter and give up a run, unless you start walking a whole bunch of batters. But we're in the top of the 9th, and Gary Maddox leads off. Zambito coming out of the game. He's done his job. They're going to bring on a righty here for the Astros. And it's going to be Dave Smith. 7 wins, 5 losses, 10 saves, a 1.93 ERA in 80. Smith will come on to pitch. Top of the 9th, 4-0. Smith will deal. 7-2. Range play 12. That's an 8. Yes. Maddox, 8-3. It's a base hit to right field, but going after that is Terry Poole. His range is a 7. As his range play rolls of 8 are successful, he's going to make the catch. That'll be out number 1. So 1 down there. Although we could roll to see how well he did it. And that's a 6. He make it look interesting, but he gets it. Next batter is Trio. Trio is 0 for 3. 4-0 Phillies. Smith, 2-8, strikeout. No. Trio, 5-3, and that's a base hit. He'll hit 1 pass short. Trio will get his first hit of the game. Next batter is Aviles. He'll bat. He's 0 for 3, though, but he has a 277 average. Trio on it first. Infield set for double play. Smith, 8-7, walk. 15 is too high. Aviles, 4-2, and that is a star 3. That's a ground ball to second base. That's a 13. Hit to second, +1 is 14. Smith is 0. That will be higher than Aviles' double play rating, and that's going to be a 4-6-3 double play, and that will end the inning. No runs and a hit for the Phillies. We go to the bottom of the 9th. But will we see some 9th inning magic? I know if Steeler fan was in the chat, he would definitely not want to see some 9th inning magic. I know he would definitely not want to see any 9th inning magic. Let's see. Art HOU leads off for the Astros. He'll bat with a 283 average. HOU is 0 for 3. Reed is going to stay out there. Although I think I do have, who else do I have in the bullpen? I got Knowles, Darren LeGros. Tug McGraw is not in the lineup for this, is not on the roster for this game. I'm going to let Ron Reed go for it. He's going to try to get the save. Even though, well, it wouldn't be really a save, but... Well, actually, when he came in... No, this wouldn't be a save. He's going to try to get a hold. So Reed will pitch to HOU here. Bottom of the ninth, 4-0 Phillies. Are we going to have 2 shutouts in a row here? Reed, 1-1. That's a blank. HOU, 8-3. And, well, he'll lead off with a base hit to center field. So HOU gets a single to center. And so the leading runner is on. The batter is Ashby. Ashby will bat. He's 0 for 3. Infield set for double play. Reed will go ahead and deal. Reed, 8-6. Walk, 7. And that's ball 4. And now the tying run is on deck. They go talk to Reed for a moment. The next batter is Reynolds. Reynolds is going to bat. He's going to bat 381 at bats. He will go ahead and bat here. Nobody out. Bottom of the ninth, 4-0. Astros got something going on here with no one out. Reed will pitch to Reynolds. Reed, 3-1. Range play 13. That's a 5. Yes. Reynolds, 5-2. It's a ground ball to third. That ball is hit to Schmidt. Schmidt's range is a 7, and he will get it. That's a ground ball to third. The question is, what's it going to be? And that's going to be a 14. Hit to third, a 0. Reed +2 is a 16. And that's going to be a double play. Just barely because of Reed. That is a double play. And that is a 14. So it's an even play. So it's even. So it's going to be a 5-4-3 double play. 2 down. Stadium groans. But HOU does get to third. So now 2 men down. And the last chance, Dave Smith, the batter. We'll see a pinch hitter against Reed. We need a guy that has righties. And it will be coming on to pinch hit for the Astros will be Dave Bergman. 256 average, no homers, 3 RBIs. Dave Bergman will pinch it against Reed. So Art Howe on at third, 2 outs now. Reed now it is a save situation. So Reed now trying to get the save. Reed looking in on Bergman. Fans here at the Astrodome would like to at least get a run. Reed, 1-7, that's a blank. Bergman, 7-2, and that's a ground ball to second base. That'll be picked up by Trio. He's got it. Pumps once, pumps twice, throws to first. That's your game. The Phillies will shut the Astros out 4-0. Second straight shutout here on the network. Stadium groans. No runs, a hit, and a walk. And the Phillies will take a 4-0 win here over the Astros. The Phillies will go to 51-32. The Astros drop to 61-25. Tough loss for the Astros at home against this Phillies team, but they do get the win here for the Phillies. Good win by Philly pitching. Final line score coming up. For the Phillies, 4 runs, 6 hits, no errors. For the Astros, no runs, 7 hits, no errors. Bob Walk is going to get the win. Ken Forsch the loss. Saucier will get a hold, and Reed will pick up the save. So a victory here for the Phillies tonight as they'll take a win. And we're still not done. It is next up is 10-minute ticker. Don't go away. Second straight shutout. A no-hitter last night, and now another shutout. This is definitely, I can tell you right now, the way Inside Pitch Advanced plays for this 1980 season, no doubt this really feels like I'm playing baseball in 1980. It definitely feels like 1980s baseball. It really does. Not much really in scoring. 1980 was not a high-scoring year. It was the begin. 1980 was the beginning of the defensive era. It is now time for the 10-minute ticker, powered by FastScore Baseball. So the Phillies will beat the Astros tonight 4-0. Let's see how the rest of the majors does tonight. July 16th, Kansas City at Boston. Royals 15-14, and that will be 2. Red Sox 10-51, and that is 5. Cleveland at California. Indians 10-56, 6 runs. Angels 14-64, 9 runs. They'll win that. Baltimore at Milwaukee. Orioles 14-63, that's 8. Brewers 9-13, and that is 1. Win for the O's. Minnesota at the Yankees. Twins 4-11, that's 0. Yankees 13-15, and they will pull out a win there for them. Detroit at Oakland. Tigers 17-16, and that's 3. Athletics 12-43, and that will be 5. And the A's will win it. Toronto at Seattle. Blue Jays 8-51, that is 5. Mariners 4-41, and that is 3. Win for the Jays. White Sox at the Rangers. White Sox 4-14, 1. Rangers 13-15, and 2. They'll win that. Mets and the Braves. Can my Mets get a win? Mets 9-36, and that's 4. Braves 8-66, that's 9. Not tonight. Dodgers and the Cubs. Dodgers 8-31, 3 runs. Cubs 0-31, and that's 2 runs. Win for the Dodgers. Expos and the Reds. Expos 6-54, and that's 5. Reds 5-31, that's 3. Expos will get the win. Giants and the Pirates. Giants 5-32, 3 runs. Pirates 6-15, and that's 1 run. The G-men will win it. Padres and the Cardinals. Padres 5-66, that's 9. Cardinals 9-35, that will be 4. And the Friars will win it. July 17th, Kansas City at Boston. Royals 9-12, that's 1. Red Sox 16-23, and that's 3. Another win for the Bo Sox. Cleveland at California. Indians 18-11, that is 1. Angels 11-24, that's 3. Baltimore at Milwaukee. Baltimore 14-12, that's 1. Brewers 10-41, that is 4. Minnesota at the Yankees. Twins 4-36, and that is 3. Yankees 19-56, that will be 8. The Yankees will get that one. Detroit at Oakland. Tigers 10-52, that's 5 runs. Athletics 9-55, that is 6 runs. That'll be a win for the A's. Toronto at Seattle. Blue Jays 5-13, 1 run. Mariners 9-54, 6 runs. White Sox at the Rangers. White Sox 4-35, and that is 3 runs for them. Rangers 9-45, that will be 5 runs. The Rangers will get the win. Mets and the Braves. Can my Mets get a win? Mets 9-43, that will be 4. Braves 13-45, that will be 5. And the answer to that question is no. Dodgers and the Cubs. Dodgers 14-63, that's 8. Cubs -2, 45, that's 3. Win for the Dodgers. Expos and the Reds. Expos 14-25, and that's 3. Reds 5-12, that's 0. Another win for the Expos. Phillies and the Astros. Phillies Caught that. Phillies 1064. That will be 8. Astros minus 251. That'll be 4. Another win for the Phils. Giants and the Pirates. Giants 213. That's 0. Pirates 1224. That's 3. Raise the Jolly Roger. Padres and the Cardinals. Padres 825. That will be 3. Cardinals 1144. That is 5, a win for the Redbirds. July 18th, Rangers at Baltimore. Rangers 1022. That's 2. Orioles 1566. And that's 11, a win for the O's. Minnesota at Boston. We have these two tomorrow night. Twins 1231. And that's 4. Red Sox 942. That is also 4, and they're going to extras. Twins roll a 1, plus 1 is 2. Boston rolls a 6, plus 1 is 7. That's a win for the Red Sox. White Sox and the Brewers. Actually, I'm sorry, no. Blue Jays and the Angels. Toronto 1164. That is 8. Angels 2025. That's only 4. Another win for the Bluebirds. White Sox and Milwaukee. White Sox minus 166. That's still 7. Brewers 1451, and that's 6. That'll be a win for the Palos. Kansas City and the Yankees. Big series there. Another battle of division leaders. Royals 523. That's 2. Yankees 955. That is 6. Hate to say this, since that no-hitter, the Royals have not done well since then. I think they only won 1 game since that no-hitter. Cleveland and Oakland. A long way to go. Indians 143, and that's 3. Athletics 1521, that is also 3, and they're going to extras. Cleveland rolls a 1, plus 4 is 5. Oakland rolls a 6, minus 1 is 5. That's a tie, which means Oakland will win it. Detroit at Seattle. Tigers 2146, and that'll be 7. Mariners 635, that is 3. That's a win for the Cats. Philadelphia at Atlanta. Phillies 832, that's 3. Braves 834. And that's also 3, and they're going to extras. Phillies roll a 5, plus 0. Atlanta rolls a 2, plus 1 is 3. That will be a win for the Phillies. Padres and the Cubs. Padres 713. That is 1. Cubs 542. That is 4. And the Cubs will win it. Mets and the Reds in a doubleheader. Can my Mets get a couple of wins? Mets 311, that's 0. Reds 1456, that is 7. The Reds will take the first. Mets 2052, and that is 7. Reds 1133, that is 4. And we'll get a happy recap. We'll split the twin bill. Expos and the Astros. Expos 356, and that's 5. Astros 1264, that is 8, a win for the Stros. Dodgers and the Pirates. Dodgers 821, 2 runs. Pirates 615, 1 run. The Dodgers will win it. Giants and the Cardinals. Giants 1214, that's 2. Cardinals 1213, and that's 1. And that's going to be a win for the Giants. That is your 10-minute ticker. If your team won tonight, congratulations. If they didn't, there's always tomorrow. Tomorrow, by July 19th, we will be at Fenway Park. Minnesota Twins at Boston Red Sox. Fernando Arroyo for the Twins. Bobby Ojeda for the Red Sox. Tomorrow night, be there or be square. Thank you all for joining me tonight. Please leave a like on your way out the turnstiles. Subscribe if you're not done so. Make sure you hit the bell. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay smart, stay strong. We'll see you guys tomorrow night. Another shutout here on the network. The Phillies blanked the Astros 4-0. Not a no-hitter, but it's a shutout. We'll see you guys tomorrow night.